Hello, everyone. I'm Alicia. Welcome to Mission Vocab. Today's advanced English vocabulary lesson covers 10 advanced words for fluent English. Let's begin. Number 1, phenomenon. Phenomenon is a noun that describes an observable event, fact, or development in nature or society, especially one that is unusual, interesting, or difficult to explain fully. For example, the strange ringing heard every night became a neighborhood phenomenon, prompting residents to compare notes and search for its source. The company studied the phenomenon of employees completing projects faster after unnecessary meetings were removed from their schedules. The low budget television series became a worldwide phenomenon after millions of viewers praised it and recommended it online. Synonyms for phenomenon include occurrence, event, marvel, spectacle, and sensation. Phenomenon is neutral and describes an observable event, fact, or development in nature or society. It can be a singular noun, a natural phenomenon, or a plural noun, as in unusual phenomena. Number 2, renegade. Renegade is a noun that describes a person who abandons or turns against a group, cause, or system they once belonged to, often to support an opposing side or act independently. For example, after years on the neighborhood committee, Diana became a renegade by rejecting its rules and organizing a rival group with different goals. The renegade engineer broke with his former company and began helping a competitor develop a similar product. Officials said the renegade faction abandoned the larger organization, rejected its leaders, and began operating independently. Synonyms for renegade include traitor, turncoat, defector, rebel, and maverick. Renegade is formal and usually disapproving. It describes someone who abandons or turns against a former group. It can be a noun, a renegade, or an adjective, a renegade officer. Number 3, counterfeit. Counterfeit is an adjective that describes money, goods, documents, or other items made to look genuine in order to deceive people into believing they are real or authentic. For example, Sandra thought the designer sunglasses were genuine, but their misspelled logo and flimsy case revealed that she had bought a counterfeit pair. The cashier rejected the counterfeit $20 bill after noticing that its paper felt unusual and several security features were missing. Officials reported seizing thousands of counterfeit concert tickets that copied the original design and were being sold online as genuine. Synonyms for counterfeit include fake, forged, bogus, phony, and sham. Counterfeit is formal. It covers money, goods, tickets, or documents made to seem real. It can be an adjective, counterfeit goods, a verb, to counterfeit a passport, or a noun. The watch is a counterfeit. Number 4, reconnaissance. Reconnaissance is a noun that refers to exploring a place, person, group, or situation to gather useful information before making a decision, forming a plan, or taking action. For example, before entering the damaged building, firefighters conducted reconnaissance from outside to identify unstable walls, blocked exits, and the safest route for the rescue team. The military drone performed reconnaissance over the valley, sending detailed images of roads and troop positions before commanders decided where to move their forces. A journalist conducted quiet reconnaissance before the interview, studying the company's records and previous statements so she could ask precise, informed questions during the meeting. Synonyms for reconnaissance include scouting, surveillance, inspection, and preliminary investigation. Reconnaissance is formal and describes gathering information before planning or acting. It is a noun, as in conduct reconnaissance, and recon is its informal short form, as in do some recon. Number 5. Impertinent. Impertinent is an adjective that describes someone who is rude or disrespectful by speaking too boldly, asking intrusive questions, or overstepping proper social boundaries. For example, at dinner, Leo asked his aunt how much money she earned, and his mother called the question impertinent because it intruded into private matters. The junior employee made an impertinent remark about the director's qualifications, speaking with a disrespectful boldness that shocked the rest of the team. Viewers criticized the reporter for asking an impertinent question about the grieving family's finances, which had no proper place in the interview. Synonyms for impertinent include impudent, insolent, rude, cheek, and irrelevant. Impertinent is formal. It describes rude, disrespectful behavior that crosses boundaries. It is an adjective, an impertinent question, and the noun is impertinence, as in, his impertinence shocked us. Number 6. Sundry. Sundry is an adjective that describes several different or miscellaneous people or things grouped together, often because each one is not important enough to name separately. For example, the kitchen drawer was filled with sundry household items, including spare batteries, old receipts, rubber bands, and keys. The accountant grouped postage, cleaning supplies, and other sundry expenses into one minor cost category. The Relief Center received sundry donations from blankets and bottled water to flashlights and medical supplies. Synonyms for sundry include various, assorted, miscellaneous, and several. Sundry is formal. It describes various people or things grouped together rather than named separately. It can be an adjective, sundry items, or a plural noun. Small travel sundries. Number 7. Unanimous. Unanimous is an adjective that describes a decision, vote, or opinion supported by every person in a group, or a group whose members all agree on the same matter without exception. For example, the family was unanimous in choosing the beach house because everyone wanted a quiet place near the water. The hiring panel reached a unanimous decision to offer Jack the job after every interviewer rated him as the strongest candidate. The newspaper reported that the jury returned a unanimous verdict, meaning all 12 jurors agreed that the defendant was guilty. Synonyms for unanimous include united, accordant, undivided, unopposed, and concordant. Unanimous is neutral and describes a decision or opinion supported by every person in a group, not merely most people. It can be an adjective, a unanimous vote, or an adverb, as in voted unanimously. Number 8. Omnipotent. Omnipotent is an adjective that describes someone or something with unlimited power or nearly unlimited authority, making them seem able to control everything around them. For example, with every device connected to her phone, Nina jokingly felt omnipotent, able to control the lights, locks, and music from one screen. The founder behaved as though he were omnipotent, overturning managers' decisions and expecting no employee to challenge his authority. The investigation questioned whether the agency had become omnipotent, with enough authority and influence to operate without meaningful oversight. Synonyms for omnipotent include all powerful, almighty, supreme, invincible, and absolute. Omnipotent is formal and describes unlimited power or authority so great that it seems impossible to challenge. It can be an adjective, an omnipotent ruler, or, rarely, a noun, as in the omnipotent. Number 9. Clemency. Clemency is a noun that describes mercy shown by someone with the authority to punish, especially when they reduce, delay, or cancel a person's punishment for committing a crime. For example, after missing the rent deadline during a family emergency, Mike asked his landlord for clemency and she agreed to waive the late fee. The manager showed clemency to an employee who admitted the mistake, giving her a formal warning instead of suspending her without pay. The governor granted clemency to the prisoner, reducing his life sentence after new evidence raised serious doubts about the fairness of his punishment. Synonyms for clemency include mercy, leniency, compassion, forbearance, and forgiveness. Clemency is formal and describes mercy shown by someone with the authority to punish. It is usually an uncountable noun, grant clemency, or a countable noun. Several clemencies were issued. Number 10. Simpatico. Simpatico is an adjective that describes someone who is pleasant and easy to get along with or who shares similar interests, attitudes, or ways of thinking with another person. For example, I knew Lexi and I were simpatico when we discovered we liked the same books, shared the same sense of humor, and could talk for hours. The two designers were simpatico, sharing similar ideas about the project and finding it easy to make decisions together. Reporters described the two leaders as simpatico because they shared similar priorities and appeared comfortable working together. Synonyms for simpatico include congenial, like minded, and compatible. Simpatico is informal and describes someone pleasant or naturally compatible with another person because they share similar interests or attitudes. It is an adjective, as in simpatico coworkers. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this lesson, please like the video and subscribe to Mission Vocab for more advanced English vocabulary. And if you have a minute, let me know in the comments which word was new to you.